don't want it running into my mountain.
So
Okay.
you're drying it off there.
Yes, I'm lifting some of what I call the tear of this paint off. Now you see that you can go a lot darker with this. This is very, very faint. So I should in fact just pause for a second.
This is a color you discovered.
Oh,
Which is
sorry,
violet.
what
But a little bit of violet is quite nice as well.
Okay.
Right, let's not do any more on that. We can always work into it a bit. Now we've got that distant
So
hill.
you know what's so nice about what you're doing is it's not the literal color, which is where I get hung up.
Well, it's pretty much.
It's
Pretty
not.
much. So now I'm coming down a bit on the hill.
Sometimes he comes right down here.
That's a good.
She's done that before.
All of us watching as well.
Okay.
Okay, and why are we doing the yellow?
Because there's some ochre in that mountain. There's a little bit of ochre. It's
Oh, the front mountain.
yeah, we're doing this slope that's
see.
coming down here now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard for me to get you and the...
Yeah, there we go.
Mountain
Sorry, I
mountain.
should hold this over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's start to hint at some of the houses.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kalimera.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a big garden down by the seaside somewhere, and they've got lemons and limes. They make wine. Ah,
So we're putting in a house.
We're putting in a bit of a house. We've already. What I'm doing is I'm moving it. I changed my mind.
it's moved again.
It's moved again.
It's a very mobile house.
It is.
House on wheels.
How do we get these lovely textures on this house? Well, you wet the area with nice wet sort of texture. And then you can run some paint down it, okay?
Okay.
So like this edge of this roof.
Kalimera.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kalimera. How are you doing?
Hi,
Hey, we know you.
we know you.
Good morning, Violetta.
Good morning.
Just really quickly, do you see how I've got some old character in this house?
Yeah.
This is the first one coming down, okay? Let's put in a roof so you know where I am.
So where's this purpley blue thing come from?
This, that's that strip of hill that's in the background. That's the edge of the house.
She's made it purple.
That's my shadow of my house. And this is my orangey
See
roof.
when
Is
you've
how it
done a
had
bit
to
more,
go.
it can make more sense.
Yeah.
So that's the house.
Maybe.
This is her painting.
Sorry, I was distracted by visitors.
Okay, that's that house there. So there's a nice sort of shape of the roof. And then obviously we've got that one here, haven't we?
So it's much bigger than I would have made it.
Yeah, but I'm making it bigger deliberately because I want it to be
the
a
center.
focal point.
I
So
see.
that's the further house that you've done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then now here, I've got a much lighter. Now this is where you have to play with contrast. I mean, seriously, this is all things that come with practice and time. But the house that's coming in on the left, what I want to do is make this wall darker. You can't see it because there's a big bush in front of it, but make that darker, okay? So that this wall can then be lighter and you have a sense of volume. Now, realistically, we've got a green, beautiful green bush sort of interrupting the two houses, haven't we? So just put a little bit of that greenery in there. It needs to be a more leafy, lemony green, really, doesn't it? So just do this kind of thing. So there's that bush going in there. Okay. And now it's time to get those negative shapes of the houses, in other words, the shapes of the houses, clearly decided, okay? We've got this other one up here coming off there, okay?
little white
And that's good enough for me to hint at these beautiful houses. There's a little window there. And the rest of it is really working greenery. We've got the dark, that old dark wall there. And a hint of a little red roof over there. I mean, the challenge of this painting is making this interesting over this side. But we know we've got a nice big leafy green tree. So we have these sort of coming into the painting now, haven't we? So that's good enough for me. That's an indication. But let's just block in a little bit of the greenery, because I think that will balance the painting out a bit. So we've got bluey green. So I'm going to use my Viridian or my Phthalo green and test it out. There's my Phthalo green, okay? So that, we've got some of that kind of down on the left. We've got a quite sort of yellowy green going on as well
We have.
at the top. Now for you to mix greens, remember what I said about mixing your blues and your yellows to make greens. And then she said, so what is the colour of that archway? You know, happening. Right. I'm taking this nice nylon brush. I love this because what I can do with this brush, just a quick aside, is if I get more than one colour on this brush, look what I can do. Isn't that lovely? And I think that's lovely for pulling out a mountain. Let's give that a wash. Pulling out. Notice my word, pulling out.
I think we all understood, oddly enough.
So let's. Now we've got these colours a bit more wet.
Oh my goodness.
Nice touch.
Seriously. You better pause for a moment. I don't think I'm going to be able to hear you. Oh, he's stopping. Okay. Go.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry, I'll mix.
The neighbours, I think.
So listen, in terms of mixing your colours, you can mix some on your palette. Don't just get them off your palette. Mix some in your mixing tray so that you've got it there. Okay, so look, I'm doing that here with this blue.
Morning, Kalimera.
Γεια σας.